Hello, football fans. Welcome to the Nomad Post. As we all know, we are coming from a frustrating draw with Nottingham Forest. They really made the game difficult for us. But first, we are the ones that made difficult the game for us. So, as far as the formations are concerned and the way Shondash was playing, I think it was more of a difficult. We were finding ourselves in dominated areas most of the pitch. They're like 3v1 or 4v2. So that was the plan they wanted, and it worked very well. And who can blame them? I mean, West Ham just won their game and they were motivated the same way that we are motivated that City dropped some point. They were also motivated that, you know what, West Ham is catching up and this is the moment we have to deliver. And they did. It was a big point for them than it was for us. So I think, in a nutshell, it was not our day. We were not, creating a good chances or, moving the ball well. I don't know the problem, but we kind of crumble when we get these type of chances because earlier in the day we saw that Manchester United got their win against the noisy neighbors. So it was our turn to really make and stretch that point gap. But at the end of the day, we didn't because the game was the game was very hard for us because we were almost thinking on our side that we need to get this 3 point. We need to get the cushion of 9 points early this January. But we were not considering what it was for Nottingham Forest and how they will take this game. It was being played at their home, and they had West Ham breathing down their neck. So I think it was fair result at the end of the day. They are considering the way we played. We were missing a lot of chances. I mean, we created four big chances, including that Martinelli that is still playing in my head, to be honest, because I was almost at the edge of my seat and I knew Martinelli would not miss something like that, but he did. So we created four big chances and ended up scoring nothing. So this shows you that there is no end product, or that a little bit of luck is missing at the end of the ball. But still, we were not it was not our day because some days we end up losing or we drop some point, but we play very well. We play our ball going, going with the momentum and everything. But I think there was no individual brilliance of today. I think the only guys who are playing to the standards was the two center backs and maybe Rice at the end of the game, because first half also Rice was nowhere to be seen. Raya is always on shift. Those are the four guys I can say that today they showed up at least, and that 1 point we got, it is thanks to them. Otherwise, these are the guys. And Madueke tried, but as an attacker, we need a goal from you or assist from you, you know. And if the game ends 0-0 like the one before, people will end up congratulating and giving the credit to the defense because they did not concede. So we cannot, encourage or hype our attackers, yet we drew the game. So as far as individual, this was the game that an individual performance could help us really, maybe an Eze masterclass, something like that, just the way he did against Crystal Palace and in the North London Derby. So we lacked that, and this, I think, it will probably come down to the way Mikel, picked his lineup, because I am sure if Trossard started this game, he could have at least capitalized one of those big chances, including that Martinelli one. So was it the lineup again? Yes, we have a good lineup. When I say about lineup, many people is like we have a squad depth, we have so many quality players, but at the end of the day, it's not about the quality. At the end of the day, is who can do these things. You know, some people are good when they start. They click together, they enjoy together. When I saw Ben White, and I didn't see Saka. I was like, this guy is plus one, minus one, because when Benny Blanco is playing and Bukayo Saka is playing and Martin Odegaard is playing, we become very strong on the right side because Benny Blanco gets that, overlapping power when Saka is playing. Instead, he started with Benny Blanco and Madueke. And if you are watching the game, Madueke was most of the time he doesn't, allow you to overlap him because he want to get into the box from that side. So at the end of the day, Benny Blanco was not that much efficient today because of the positioning and the way. Also, Timber was inverting, and Ben White could not overlap or attack so much because he has to protect behind. And yeah, we are really, really, really not happy with the performance. We're not happy with that 1 point because this was the kind of the day. This was a good opportunity. Man City lost to Manchester United. And to add on that, they were playing very, very poorly. That shows you the team morale was down. And if we could have capitalized it today, I am 100% sure they could have crumbled even more and given us more, opportunities and, more good steps towards the final line. But at the end of the day, we almost became what we used to be or was used to be called earlier. We almost bottled it. But at the end of the day, is 1 point gained because yesterday we were 6 point ahead and today we are 7 point ahead. So I think that is a positive. In terms of another positive is that we haven't lost any player, and that's a good thing because just assume that you dropped 2 points and maybe lost another two players, something like Timber or Ben White, or rather, Saliba or Gabriel. So we haven't lost any player. We haven't got any suspension or something like that. There's no any negative except for the performance wise. And I think many, many players from the squad, they have to pull up their socks. They have to show up. And that goes directly to Martin Odegaard. I'm sure that, when Martin is playing well for the last 3-4 games, Martin was electric. And you see that everybody surrounding Martin becomes good. So when you have that kind of influence and power, in the team, you need to be consistent. Today was a day that we needed Martin Odegaard. We needed an individual brilliance, and we couldn't get anyone. No one showed up. So as far as the title race is concerned, I think we are still very, very early. It's just January. We have almost 4 months to go, almost 16 games. So no worries. But if you get a chance to increase the lead, you have to capitalize because I'm sure Manchester City now are sleeping tonight saying, we will get our chance because these guys are not capitalizing their chances. So it was not more of, title and something like that. Today, it was more of showing that whenever you drop something, we will pick it up and we will be punishing you. So they did drop points this week, and they dropped the last game week, and we did also against Liverpool. And no, now it's becoming a trend. They drop, we drop, and that's not how it goes. I think we have the opportunity to run away with this thing as early as late March, I think, because even Liverpool last season, they got some good opportunities like this and they were, showing up. The luck was on their side and everything was going well for them. And they ended up, winning the league 4 or 5 games to go. This is just the same as like last season. Liverpool are not performing well. Manchester City are not performing well despite them buying players in this window. So it was not a good performance overall, and we are really, really disappointed as a fan, as a team. Individually, me, I'm disappointed with Gabriel Martinelli because I think that was the only big and clean chance we got that he just wasted. No pressure. That's a schoolboy finish. You can finish that ball easily. So at the end of the day, we have to move on, and we are traveling to Inter Milan next game week. And as I said earlier in my previous videos, that this was the main event, and I was worried about this game because we played two league cup games, and Mikel tried to rotate them. Some players did not get enough minutes, some rested a lot, some played a lot, and it built up to this game. So yeah, this game was very crucial. At the end of the day, we dropped 2 points, but on a positive side, everything is still intact, and we have opportunity again to move on and do what we always want to do, what we are dreaming to do. So let's hope the players recover well, because I saw Declan Rice was furious at the end of the game. He was like, every fucking time. You see, they are the kind of things that is will lead to dismorale, because they all know this was a must-win game and they didn't. And Declan Rice reacting to that, showing that frustrations, and that is almost damage to mentality, because you don't need to do something like that at the end of this game, and you need to cherish that this is 1 point gained, considering Nottingham Forest side. Because as I said earlier, we made this all about us, all about us gaining those points on Manchester City, extending the league at the top, but we forgot the other side of the story, that Nottingham Forest, they are playing home. You know, West Ham just won, and it was a very, very crucial game for them. The moment they lose this game, they lost a very big 3 points. But if they don't lose and end up drawing just like we did, it is a one good point gained. So yeah, that is my reaction. Anything that you can say or any opinion you have, you can share it in the comment section. We will be going to Inter Milan next, I think, Tuesday is just 2 days from now. Again, there's not enough rest, there's not enough recovery for the players. It's a big Champions League night again, and we need to bounce back on Inter Milan. And remember, we are hosting Manchester United, who had a very good game today. Yeah, they won, but they were playing a very good ball, coming out 1-2, 1-2. So I really liked their game. And it will be a tough game for us come at the Emirates next weekend. So we need to bounce back on Inter Milan. We just made our, run very difficult. So we will be doing more of these shows later in the week. So I hope you will join for more. Thank you very much for joining now. And any concern and any question you have, you can leave it in the comment. Thank you for tuning in.